Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a funny observation. Maybe not as funny if you play Dark Angels, and I promise this isn't just to laugh at Dark Angels players or anybody that's playing it and was hoping to get knowledge out of this. But hopefully you can laugh about what I'm about to show you. So Dark Angels haven't been having a great time for the most part. They had Dark Angels Gladiators for that month or two, but past that it's been pretty rough, I guess, for Dark Angels for a lot of it, right? But I got curious looking at some things, and I was on Meta Monday. Also, look, Meta Monday changed this. I don't know how frequent this was or how recent this was. So if this change has been here for weeks, I'm sorry. But this is pretty cool. A lot of graphs and things, and of course, it's the weekend data. In Dark Angels, I promise I'm not laughing at the 43% win rate. We've all been there. It's not fun. What I am laughing at though is how you all did it. You all either collectively for a detachment won 25 games or two. I'm no in between. Between 27 players, for a detachment, it was either 25 wins or two. How you all managed, no matter how many players were playing it, that's insane levels of curse right now. Right there. Stormlance was your best performers. Whoopsie, that updated on me. Where'd we go? Back there. Let's pull that back. Dark Angel is cool. Yeah, so that's a good way to showcase that. So if this is again, if this has been like this for weeks on end, sorry, I'm just now finding it out. But beyond that, uh, that was cool. Little interactivity to updating it. Anyway, so it looks like Stormlance is what's doing it for you all of the Dark Angels players right now. And coming over here, we have one with. Oh wait, we said Stormland, so no surprise there. Mateus, I believe. If I butchered that, I'm so sorry. Please correct me. Uh, Deathwing Knights can't fault you for them, right? Inner Circle Companions, Scout Squads. The boy Lionel, Azrael. Now, I hope some way somehow I understand that their abilities cannibalize each other, but I really want the Lion and Azrael to be Robooty and Calgushy duo. I hope that happens in a way. I understand that the Lion can gain a command point, and Azrael, if he's around, he'll just give you a command point. But I like this. I hope that that GW somehow finds a way to, I don't know, make chapter masters work better with their Primarchs, right? I hope something like that happens. I guess if you're not Chaos, I don't think Typhus and Mortarion should work together. Wait, is Typhus the chapter master? I'm sorry, y'all. If it comes in power armor, I'm not really well versed on whose hierarchy is there besides Primarch. So somebody let me know. Then we got Matt and just Azrael, right? I also, while we're here, because I haven't looked at Dark Angels for a while, Gladiator Lancer, dope. Uh, Scout Squads. I wanted to note that there was a Lions Blade Task Force finished top four a while ago. And this is pretty cool. Azrael right back at it again. Deathwing Knights, only 2 out of 3. Ballistas Dreadnought, Hellblasters, Invader, Outrider, Scout Squad. So, Scout Squad seems to be staple. Azrael, of course, a staple. Now let's look at Azrael. Uh, look, okay, Supreme Grandmaster gives the unit that is leading sustain hits 1. Masterful Tactician at the start of your command phase. If this model is on the battlefield, you gain 1 command point. So, between Azrael, the Lion, and playing tactical, I I get that getting 1 command point is hard to get around, right? But I don't know. I feel like there should be something there, and also we should talk about the profile of the weapons, pretty decent. Lion's Wrath, anti-infantry 4-up, devastating wounds, rapid fire 1, 2 attacks, going up to 3 in rapid fire range at 12 inches, hitting on 2, strength 8, AP 3, damage 2. And you have melee, the Sword of Secrets, devastating wounds, 6 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 6, AP 4, damage 2, and again, you're going to sustain hit 1 with that. Now, pretty fine and dandy. Last time I heard of this, actually, let's double check. Let's just go to the list before I say the wrong thing. Um, yeah, last I heard. Let's double check over here. Maybe not. So, I guess to that, Azrael, where we're going? Is it Assault Intercessors? Or is it Inner Circle Companions? Good question. Where do you stick Azrael? For some of these lists nowadays, or is it just straight up the intercessors? Can't go with, yeah, you can't. You can. The other reason why I don't make too many Space Marine videos is because this page has so much information. Before I upgraded my PC, it would sometimes just crash. It was crazy. But I don't know. Maybe you stick them with intercessors nowadays. That was just a look around. But back to getting on topic though. Uh, Azrael, and if we can stick the boy Lion in places, that's pretty cool. It's kind of odd still that they haven't found a way to put the Lion kind of with his chapter. Like, as you can see, the Lion comes out in Stormlance. Not Lion's Blade Task Force, Company of Hunters. Did we do anything there? No, right? Uh, nope. Didn't think so. I mean, okay, I guess I can look over a little bit more just to double check. Right. Wasn't in Lion's Blade, right? Right. Uh, who knows, right? It's kind of a sad state of affairs for the Lion. And if you are a Dark Angels player, what would you like to see out of the Primarch, I guess? Besides the two keywords, like I do think they need to find a way to give him both Deathwing and Ravenwing keywords somehow. Like he always counts as it. I don't know. Um, because it is kind of silly that he can't benefit from most of the chapter detachments, or most of the detachments for his chapter. So all secrets revealed seems pretty cool, and I think that's like it's kind of a sleeper. All right, I think if he benefited from more things, this would be sick. And I'm also, while we're bringing out Primarchs now, their power level in recent situations is kind of laughable. How they've been so variable, right? You have Rabute just clapping cheeks right now, right? Then you've had the Lion not doing that, and he was cheaper. And then they said, well, we'll make his sweep damage too, and that'll be enough to put him up, what was it, like 40 points or something? Insane cost for what you get, in my opinion. I mean, it is 16 attacks, sustain hits 1, but it is strength 6. Do you need it at a certain point, right? I mean, I guess, yeah, you do. But if it's my Primarch, do I need my Primarch? I guess that's my question. Do I need my Primarch to cut through something that is strength T6 and below? That seems like I'm investing my Primarch in a situation that I don't need him for. That's just my take on that one. Actually, you know what? 'Cause sometimes it comes in handy. Let's straight up bring Rabute. Yeah, the other thing is devastating wounds. That makes sense. Sustained hits for strength 6. I get that it's the Emperor Sword, but come on now, you all could do better for the boy Lionel. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's needless for what you're investing a Primarch for. That's me. Martial Exemplar is cool. I guess I should read All Secrets Revealed that I think is cool. But you know, the gain one command point, I just feel like it makes more problems than not. Once per turn, when your opponent targets a unit from their army with a stratagem, but before that stratagem effects are resolved, if that unit is within a foot of this module, you can gain one command point, and that enemy unit must take a battle shock test. If that test is failed, in addition to that unit being battle shocked, that stratagem effects are not resolved. That stratagem still counts as having been used this phase. Martial Exemplar. While a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the hit roll, and no hiding from the Watchers. While a friendly Adeptus Astartes unit is within 6 inches of this model, models in that unit have a 4 up feel no pain against mortal wounds. Now we know how these things work, and your command phase, select one Primarch of the First Legion abilities. Cool. Beyond that, you have the Emperor's Shield. Each time a melee attack is allocated to this model, on an unmodified saving roll of 6, that attacking unit suffers 1 mortal wound after it has finished making its attacks, and Dark Angel's Bodyguard. While this model is within 3 inches of 1 or more friendly Adeptus Astartes infantry units, this model has the Lone Op ability. So, 315 points, monster that can go through walls because they made that note in the thingies. You all know what I'm talking about. My brain is not letting me talk about it right now, but 60 millimeter base, T9, 2 up save, 3 up invuln is cool. 10 wounds. Fights first, deep strike, right? This is usually a good package. 315 points, I'd beg to differ. Rerolling hits in only melee, I get it. You're playing Dark Angels. But damn, you have the Raven Wing, so I guess kind of fuck them. Like, are you really going to keep up with the Raven Wing as the Lion? I mean, I guess technically you're supposed to, right? But I don't know. I feel like that's an extra stretch where it could have just been reroll hits, and then the Lion just becomes significantly better. I mean, you compare that over here to Rabute tossing out a second Oath of the Moment, which is re-rolling hits, and now +1 to wound if you're playing Ultramarines. Well, you know what you're playing, but and then getting Supreme Strategist. Maybe that's the thing, right? I guess author of the codex, yeah, you get 2 abilities, and it makes sense because he's the author of the codex. I guess, but at the same time, something's got to be done for the Lion. Something's got to be done for him. All secrets revealed. Maybe. You know what? Hear me out. Hear me out. Move all secrets revealed to where the Emperor's Shield is. Switch those. Maybe. No, no, I take that back. That's scrap that. I don't know. It needs something. Maybe saving throw is a 5. I think 6 is too high for somebody that's supposed to be like amazing out of a Primarch. 315 points. I don't know. Spent a lot of time talking about the Lion because I just want him to be better. But I guess go play Stormlance if you want him to do anything. Looking at the rest of the Dark Angels, we don't see like kind of anybody else, which is kind of fucking sad. Seen Samael and was that Lion's Blade? Yep. Uh, Seen him. That's neat. But I think at this point, maybe we just have to accept that Dark Angels. Well, we've known for a while that Dark Angels need a kind of codex do over. I think Blood Angels are fine now. Who else we got? Who else do we care about? Uh, Space Wolves, you're coming. Black Templars, you don't have that yet, right? Right? Black Templars, you don't have your codex out, right? Um, yeah, maybe I know that it's bad. I know it's not great. Um, but at this point, it looks like GW isn't really focused on trying to fix past problems. Instead, they're just going to keep throwing new shit on the old and call it a day. That's kind of one thing I realized about the detachments that have come out. It's like, yeah, we asked for this. Kinda. We need stat boost. Here's your stat boost detachment. It's like, no, you could have fixed the data sheet and did something fun. Right? Like, you could have done that. Lions of the Emperor looks good. People are figuring out. I just covered that. Um, Mordaka was, I'd say, fun. A lot of people own Ort, so that's where people got tired of it quicker than I guess Yanari. Whoopsie daisy. So shit like that, where it's like straight up stat boost. I feel those could be going into data sheets and then actually making rules, but I have a theory that there's a team that does. I think everybody has this theory, so I shouldn't say like, oh, I have this theory, but I think I'm bought in. I think it's a team that does points, a team that does rules, and they never talk to each other at some point. Like, it's just kind of fucking goofy at how these things are done by now. So I guess this was kind of more of a bitch fest about Dark Angels. You need help in several ways. I wish that your people did more things, but also not really. Because do I like facing Deathwing Knights? Not really. No, can't say I do. But at the same time, as a person that plays a faction where you realize that most of your faction is propped up by one or two units, I get it. I get it. So, Dark Angels, are you a 2 or are you a 25er? Also, going to that point, why did that, oh, that undid that too. The funnier part is that let's see, if there's 11 players, 10 players, even of your players, it looks like most of you, on average, right? Don't know, right? The math would be mathing that on average, you all got about 2, even in the ones where y'all got 25. So that's insane. I hope that Stormlance treats you well. Maybe that's the build out. Maybe you just gotta lean a little bit more into the lion. Maybe that's where we gotta go with it. Maybe he's already perfect and I don't know what I'm talking about at all. And that's perfectly possible because I don't play power armor. So, but I can sympathize with something looking pretty cool and not feeling as cool on the board. So yeah, Dark Angels, you all did a funny this past weekend, according to Meta Monday's data. And yeah, so if you like the video, like it. Got a comment from me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.